jab, uppercut, leave you laid out on the floor. Try to duck and roll, hit and miss, now you counting stars. Should've practiced more, should've hit the mask, get out there more. Claim that you're the best. You gotta show me, son. Actions over words, baby boy. Is you real or what? Talking way too much, world come. Back sports, talking way too much, world come. Back sports, talking way too much, world come. Back
Once again, you're tuned in to World Combat Sports Media. Salute to everyone that's in the building. Hit the like button. You know what I'm saying? Share the live. And big salute and appreciation, man, go to the supporters of the channel, the ones that tune in on the regularity and, you know, interact with the topic of discussions. You much appreciate it. Hold on one second. I'm trying to upload this photo. Y'all give me a minute. Let some more people get into the building. Y'all be patient. I'm still here. I'm just waiting for more people to get into it because we're gonna talk about the Duckmasters Coalition, the one and only one of one Duckmasters Coalition, brought to you in courtesy of World Combat Sports. I need that energy tonight. You know, I need for y'all to come up with some answers for me. You know, and drop it in the chat so we can kind of narrow down some of the answers that we need to some of these big questions, man. Give me 1 second. I'm almost there. Okay, let's cook, man. Once again, man, appreciate everyone that's in the building. You know, I started the Duckmasters Coalition quite some time ago. And the Duckmasters Coalition is for the extreme violators. Once again, people, you hearing it right here, WCS. It's for the extreme violators of ducking. Okay, ducking in its truest, in its rawest form, is to elude and duck underneath. Okay, to attempt to bypass something. You know what I'm saying? That's what ducking is. But in boxing terms, when it stands when it stands in the narrative of someone ducking another fighter, it pretty much evolves around avoidance. You know what I'm saying? Avoiding that fighter. You're ducking. You're ducking behind, the wall. You ducking around the corner. You ducking behind your mans. You know what I'm saying? You ducking behind your team. That's what ducking consists of. So for a long time now, number one Duckmasters Coalition pound for pound fighter has been on top of this list, rightfully so, is Ryan Lion Garcia. Once again, he's been reigning atop the pound for pound list for quite some time, ever since he won that interim WBC lightweight title. Ryan Garcia has reigned atop. Now you're asking yourself, how can Ryan Garcia reign atop the Duckmasters Coalition, pound for pound? Well, I'm gonna be honest with you. Ryan Garcia committed several violations, all in a short period of time. So, being that we have all the evidence we need, all we would do will reflect on the fact that he didn't want to fight Javier Fortuna. He didn't want to fight Devin Haney. He pretty much, told Team Haney, you talk to my attorneys. We're not doing any business. I don't want to step in the ring. All right. That's after he said he was cool with Haney, right? And he turned around and he drops a bombshell and he said he wants to fight Gervonta Davis. So we kind of sitting up in our goddamn seats. We was like, what? Ryan Lion Garcia, he trying to step up and fight the tank. Come to find out, bogus. Was nowhere close to being true. The only merit, though it was minute, was just to him mere fact that he has millions of IG followers, and about, I would say, 3% of 8 million believed that he wanted to fight Gervonta. It might be a lower number than that. It might have been 3.1, 3.2%. You feel me? So, with that said, he pulls out Gervonta Davis debacle, turns around, says he's getting Pacquiao. Now, a lot of us, once again, we didn't perk up the way we usually do. We usually posture up and we say, "Oh, what the fuck?" And then we got down, sat back. Oh, that's Ryan. Let me see what happens. I decided to, pull out with Gervonta Davis and for a bigger fight with Manny Pacquiao. Y'all stay tuned. Come to find out, Oscar De La Hoya pretty much said that fight was never on the table. There was nothing that was going to come from that fight at all. At all. So not only was he ducking Devin Haney primarily, but he pretty much ducked Gervonta Davis. And then he put himself in a ducking position for penalty when he mentioned Manny Pacquiao's name at a catchweight. Now, us as boxing aficionados, we know that's bogus, and you get some extra points for lying on Manny Pacquiao, dog. You get some extra Duckmaster Coalition points for lying on Manny Pacquiao, who had nothing to do with dropping down to a catchweight to fight your ass. So that's where we at with the pound for pound runner, Ryan Garcia. Let me get to some of these chats. And I want y'all to help me out tonight because we need to come up with some fresh names for the Duckmasters Coalition. And I'm going to give you some names out there, but we need to come up with some fresh names and why they should be on the Duckmasters Coalition, man. Destiny Black, Queen in the building. How you feeling? Appreciate you pulling up as always. One love to you. What's come back in chat? What up? Mitch on deck with it. Come back. What up? Who's the duck? We're gonna get to who I believe the duck. We're gonna get to who I believe is a duck right now in the Duckmasters Coalition. See, the Duckmasters Coalition, it don't have to be a top 10, 15. It can be 1 of more fighters that's on the Duckmasters Coalition. You know what I'm saying? And pretty much that's all subject to someone's opinion. It's always going to be issues with putting somebody on the Duckmasters Coalition, and people get on here and agree with it. Being boxing on deck, what's good? Ryan Garcia, Canelo, Jaime McGill. Okay, see, there we go. There we go. That comment was there before I even asked for help. You know what I'm saying? Andrew Charles on deck, WCS salute. King Grande Sombrero himself, Ryan Garcia, punk ass. Ryan Steele, the pound for pound Duckmaster on my last. That's his bread and butter. Absolutely. Golden Duck Promotions. Wow. I like that. Golden Duck Promotions. I like that. That's true. Fishnet Oscar had more heart than anybody in his area. Yes, he did. Absolutely he did. Showtime Shawnee was in the building. Was good with it there, Showtime. Rest in paradise to my uncle. Yeah, I haven't even got to them yet. I was going to get these chats. Absolutely. Errol Spence Jr. Duck. So if you haven't heard yet, I was talking to my guy Showtime, man. And come to find out, we pretty much found out that, Batman, who was pretty much connected with the Russells. He always referred to them. He said, "That's my brothers. That's my brothers." And they had that connection. He resided over there in the DMV. And unfortunately for him, he lost his life, recently. And he was a frequent flyer on these YouTube streets. You know what I'm saying? Everybody know when Batman pulled up. You know what I'm saying? He was just that dude, man. He didn't have his own channel, but he was on everybody else's platform. And then to come to find out, last night, Gary Russell's father passed. Anybody who followed them, man, their father was a staple in their camp. And not only that, he was a prominent figure as a father who raised his boys a different way, dog. He was a trainer. He was so many roles. Come to find out, he passed last night. That's super tough. I can't even come up with words. I can't even come up with words to assume, how they feeling over there. The somber, the somber that they experiencing over there in the Russell clan. You know what I'm saying? That's a lot to deal with. Someone that you known for quite some time get his life taken in the streets, and then your father pass away. And his father had some health problems and so forth. But if you check, the last time Antonio was fighting, his father was there, and I'm not sure, was he there for Antoine? Y'all can tell me if he was or not. When Antoine fought his last fight. I mean, I can't even imagine, man. And I was trying to find my picture. I had one of the only pictures of all the Russells together, man. I wasn't gonna pass that up. Ain't nothing like lensing. It's nothing like lensing, man. When you get the moment, I was able to get the Russell family all as one, man. Big bro, all the way down, man. The boxers, the ones who's on the boxing. But many blessings to the Russell family. Prayers to you. I don't have no words for what you experiencing right now. It's just a bit much. I'm not gonna lie. It's a bit much for me. I mean, especially, when it comes to pops. And then, as long as they known Batman, for him to get killed the way he did, Batman, blessings and prayers to his family. He had a son and a daughter. Even his son was on camera sometime. You know what I'm saying? I mean, he was part of the YouTube universe. You feel me? I mean, he was a part of the YouTube universe. I think we had several people over the last couple of years to pass. You know what I'm saying? I think D. Hodges, from my understanding, he passed. And then the other dude, I forgot his name, what name he went by. Batman. I mean, you know, may God bless him. You know, that's all I can say about that. Ain't no issues with Ryan. Now I can't qualify Spence as a duck. Blessings to their family for sure. And condolences to the Russell family. King Mitchell duck status. So let's start off with Ryan Garcia, get him out the way. Okay, Ryan Garcia, man. Just because you fought Emmanuel Tago, it doesn't take you off the Duckmasters Coalition. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't take take you off the Duckmasters Coalition. But I hear people now trying to co-sign for certain fighters and thinking it's a smart business move. All right. I heard Antonio Tarver say something about his fight with Roy Jones. He said there's not a lot of fighters this day and time that's just willing to take the fight for legacy. It always has to be money included. Check out his IG. He said they're not willing to just take the fight just for legacy. They always want to make it about money. And he said when he fought Roy Jones in the rematch, when it initially went down, when they was communicating with one another, Roy Jones told him straight up, take it or leave it. Roy Jones told Antonio Tarver, take it or leave it. I don't give a damn about anything else. Take it or leave it. So Antonio said, okay, I'm going to take it. He said he took it pretty much for the opportunity to step in there with Roy Jones Jr. And, you know, he ended up winning. When it comes to what we see this day and time, it's some fighters that want to make it about money, but they haven't even established their legacy yet. Ryan Garcia hasn't established his legacy yet. What we do know, Showtime, that he's established his IG followers. You know what I'm saying? Ryan Garcia's established his IG followers, though. But I want to add somebody else to the Duckmasters Coalition. You know what I'm saying? Because nobody's safe. I want to add Isak Cruz to the Duckmasters Coalition. Yes, sir. Isak Cruz, after you coming off a Gervonta Davis, going to the decision with Gervonta Davis and losing, and then going in there and dispersing of Jokic Gamboa, early fashion. Right now, right here, we looking for you to step up and fight somebody to put you in the conversation like, okay, he one of the top lightweights in the game. You don't get the you don't become the top lightweight in the game just by losing to Gervonta. You now you got to go out there and fight somebody that's really the top dog, so to speak. Jokic Gamboa wasn't the top dog. You was able to get him up out of there, but so has a lot of other people. So Isak Cruz was offered the Ryan Garcia fight. Ryan Garcia is a current active resident on the Duckmasters Coalition. So it's amazing how karma comes back around for Ryan Garcia when he's trying to get the Isak Cruz fight, and they duck him. Point blank, period. Isak Cruz ducked Ryan Garcia. They're pretty much trying to say that they're waiting on the winner of Gervonta Davis and Rolly Romero. And I'm saying to myself, you just popped up on the scene. You just popped up on the scene, Cruz. People are just beginning to know who you are. What better way to take out Ryan Lion Garcia and beat some truth in his ass right now? You beat Ryan Garcia, it even makes it more valuable for you to step back in there against the winner of Davis Romero. So I'm not going to take too long on freaking Isak Cruz, but he joins a guy that called him out, but end up getting karma because the same thing Ryan Garcia that got him on the Duckmasters Coalition, and he becomes a member of the Duckmasters Coalition because he ducked Ryan Garcia. They're trying to say, "Oh no, we don't want that fight. We're waiting for the winner of Davis Romero." Okay, but why are you doing that? You're a member of the Duckmasters Coalition. Point blank is serious. You know what I'm saying? So moving on. Next person I put on the Duckmasters Coalition, Jamal Charlo. Jamal Charlo. You know, Jamal Charlo and Isak Cruz is damn near fighting for number 2. I say it wasn't no ranking system, really. It's just a community of boxers on the Duckmasters Coalition. Jamal Charlo, in my opinion, bro, I don't know what's going on with him. For a long time, he said he called he called Mel Charlo little bro and all that. But right now in boxing, he's right there with you. He's even gapped you a little bit. He's gapped you. It doesn't matter if you have two divisions, world championship. Your brother just declared himself. He is declared the 154-pound undisputed title holder. The reason why Jamal Charlo goes in the Duckmasters coalition, because at this point in time, he has every opportunity with Running Shields to get one of the biggest paydays in his boxing career, stepping up and fighting that monster. That monster. And that's what, hey, if you want to bring some highlight to your name, it's not fighting Selecki. It's totally committing yourself after you disperse the Selecki, you go around and you say, you know what, fuck it. In the post-fight interview, you say, you know what, I'm moving up to 68. David Benavidez, you called me out, and now I'm here. I heard you, and I'm letting you know I want that fight next. That's how Mauro Charlo turns this whole shit around. I think I can beat David Benavidez. Everybody's calling him the monster. Mike Tyson. Hey, I ain't let you know I was close to you for various reasons. But I'm gonna let you know you pissed me off by calling him the Mexican monster when you got the hitman Charlo right there in your presence. I appreciate that. So, hey, Jim, since that's been on my mind a lot, I'm just letting you know. This is the perfect time for me to step up and fight David Benavidez. Mike pissed me off. I wanted to got, you just don't know. You just don't know, man. You don't know what I wanted to do to Mike. What? Tell us about it, there, Mauro Charlo. Tell us about it. What do you want to do to old Mike? You know, he's old right now. Is that a person you might want to fight in the future? You know, Jim Gray. No, let's stay on topic. Mauro Charlo is on the Duckmasters coalition. I don't think he has the confidence to step up and fight Benavidez at 68. I don't think he has the confidence to step up and fight Caleb Plant. I don't believe he would have the confidence, in my opinion, to allow himself to step up and face David Morrell. You know what I'm saying? I don't see him having the confidence to fight any big names at 68 because he feel like he doesn't want to call them out. He's unsure about leaving 60. He ain't doing shit at 60. So I could have sworn I just heard something recently. Jamal Charlo mentioned, somebody correct me if I'm wrong, did he mention that he was going to go to 54? Can somebody verify that for me? Did Mauro Charlo say something about coming to 54? Because he think because his brother was able to gain undisputed. I'm gonna tell you, Mauro Charlo, if you want to come off the Duckmasters coalition, if you plan on coming down 54, I'm gonna tell you the only way, just like I said it before, the only way you come down to 54 is you fight your brother. This ain't no switcheroo, goddammit. We ain't playing hopscotch in boxing, especially with some grown-ass twins that's always out here getting into it with people and cussing them out and disrespecting their family. The only way we want you to come down to 54 to avoid that heat at 68 is that you fight your brother. We tired of hitting Charlos. We in family, this, that, and that. Come down there and fight your brothers for the undisputed titles. Go ahead. Y'all got different trainers. Running Shield versus Derrick James. Your little brother, he on a tear right now. Don't let your little bro go in there and knock your ass clean out. Don't go in there and start headhunting and your brother show you that, hey, DJ been teaching me a little bit, that shit on the inside, bro. I don't know what you and Shields been doing up there. That's what I want to see. I want to see Mauro Charlo move down to 54 for one fight, and that's to fight his brother. Because we all know two Charlos on one night, you bound to get something weird. You bound to get some firecrackers, something. So have your cup of gasoline when shit starts sparking up. Got them throw that cup in the motherfucking ring. That's it. Until then, Mauro Charlo is on the Duckmasters coalition. Because one, he was calling out Canelo Alvarez, But he dare don't commit to David Benavidez. He don't dare commit to motherfucking Caleb Plant. He's not daring committed to a David Morrell, man. He won't even commit a Billy Joe Saunders. He's not committing to anything except running his lips, dog. And goddamn, wearing some fly ass gear. That's the only thing he's committing. No, nobody want to see no Selecki. Next on the Duckmasters Coalition, let me get my comments right quick. Mail the big bro now. Mail the big bro for sure. Jamal Charlo doesn't want to fight nobody but Canelo. David said he was a bitch. Ryan don't really want Pitbull. I always thought Mitch, if they called him out, right, and he's with Joe Goosen, I think he does, man. I think they believe that Ryan's speed and his height, they may be able to do something. You know what I'm saying? But I'm not discounting what you're saying. I'm just putting it out there like that's why Ryan's number one on pound for pound Duckmasters Coalition, because a part of that shit you just said might be right. He might be bluffing, dog. He might be bluffing. I always thought Ma was the better boxer, but there's a lot of new data recently. Absolutely. You better believe it. It's a lot of new data with both of those fights with Brian Castano. Tank versus Rolly, win this realistic fight for Cruz. Man, Selecki more formidable at 160 than Lemieux is at 168. Man, look, I know that we want to talk about who's more formidable, but David Lemieux is not a bum to me. David Lemieux just didn't bow down. He didn't pull a damn Abney Yildirim. He sure enough didn't pull a Chavez Jr. You know what I'm saying? It's certain people that's bowed out the game in a tough fight. They just gave up. Plant would be fun matchup. Absolutely. Mel would stop Maul. Oh, okay. That's the first one. Okay. Mel would stop Maul. Jamal is a poser model. Damn. They say Maul is a pretty boy. He want to come in there with all the dang nice clothes and shit. Maul Charlo, man, he's in a battle for second with Isaac Cruz, for real. They neck and neck, people. I'm telling you, Maul Charlo, I'm so disappointed in you. I'm so disappointed in you, brother. I can't tell you how much I'm disappointed. And that you consider yourself the big Charlo. You was getting all the prenatal care and the damn nutrition and shit. Every time mom wanted to dang eat something sweet, you got some of it too. So you got your sugar hit. You start elbowing little brother in the motherfucking head. And then, brother couldn't do shit because he had to get his nutrition too. You pretty much was bullying Mel Charlo. That's why he taking it out. And he surpassed your ass now. Because he always been in your shadow. He ain't in your shadow no more, bro. In order for you to get that limelight back, you definitely need to goddamn go up there and fight David Benavidez. Period. David Benavidez down, sign the motherfucking dotted line, let the ink dry, and let's see the fight. You know what I'm saying? Go in there, do or die, leave it out on your shield. You know why Mar Charlo is on this motherfucking list? Because him and his brother love running their goddamn mouth. And they love fucking with other black fighters in a negative way, man. You can't just support a fighter that's in your general footprint. You can't be fucking with Deontay Wilder and saying skills pay the bills and all that. And now you ducking motherfuckers. You ducking David Benavidez easily when you're supposed to be committing to move up. So I'm hearing that Mel Charlo may move up to 60. And y'all gonna slap high? Look, y'all gonna slap 5? And hey, bro, I see you. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna go down here and see what you got. I'm going to 54. I feel good. No, we don't want to see that shit. Y'all want to call out Canelo, but you don't want to do Canelo does. Y'all want to call out Canelo, but you don't want to do what Canelo does. How the fuck you ever gonna get a fight with Canelo if you move down to 54? You still got Demetrius Andrade up there now. Even though he injured, you'll be better off going up there with the Wolves, determining if you're a Wolf or not, and goddamn going on the hunt. Morrell, Plant, Andrade, Saunders, and the motherfucking Lou Garou himself, David Benavidez. You're on the Duckmasters Coalition, bro. And you know what? I'm switching you out with motherfucking Isaac Cruz. I almost switched your ass out with Ryan Garcia because you've been capping just as much as Ryan Lyon. You've been capping too much there, Mal Charlo. Too freaking much. But yet you want to point the finger. My skills pay the bills. And goddamn, it ain't no racism in boxing or whatever he's trying to say. It ain't no racism. Yeah, your Charlo brothers was on some bullshit. But enjoy that moment, man. You know, enjoy that moment in the Duckmasters Coalition. That's the top three right there. Ryan Garcia, Isaac Cruz, and Jamal Charlo. Those are Duckmasters Coalition Platinum Premium members right there. Now, the next one, it's going to be pretty interesting. You know what I'm saying? It's going to be pretty interesting. I know it is. It's gonna draw a lot of flack. You know what I'm saying? Because there's certain things that's supposed to be in the works, but it's not happening though. And that is Canelo Alvarez. Canelo Alvarez, I have to put him finally on the Duckmasters Coalition, man. And I know people are just scratching their head like, how could you? Okay, check this out though. We totally understand the achievements that just happened with Canelo Alvarez. We got it. All right. We totally understand, but certain things cannot be left untouched. All right. And what I want to touch on first is the fact that his decision to attack the 168-pound division once David Benavidez had lost and been stripped of his WBC title. Then he attempted to go there with Abner Yildirim, but the request was denied. They said, no, we can't do that. You can't fight for no belt with that soft touch. That's super mushy talk. That's marshmallow the fire soft. You know what I'm saying? That's wet tater tot soft. Mashed potatoes with, instant mashed potatoes with too much water soft. So he ended up getting a fight. A 2-for-1 for the WBC and WBA against Callum Smith. Callum Smith received the orders. He took the check. But he did not attempt to fight David Benavidez when he was champion. Then he swept the whole division. Now he goes up to 175. He's been up there already with Sergey Kovalev, and he loses to Dmitry Bivol. Why aren't we hearing David Benavidez's name? Because some of the same criteria that has Charlo on the Duckmasters Coalition is somewhat the same criteria that Canelo is on there. Because there's only one name that's really deserving. A former 2-time champion. I'm talking about before he fought and stopped David Lemieux. A former 2-time champion, which Canelo refused to speak on. He refused to speak on David Benavidez. Like, this is the most dangerous fighter at 168 right now. Well, don't come talk to me about a 6-0 fighter, David Morrell. I'm not discounting him at all. I'm saying, let's just stick to the topic that Canelo Alvarez is just like Charlo. Both of them have optimism about calling out David Benavidez. So from what I'm hearing is his next fight may potentially be Gennady Golovkin. Just inhale, exhale for a little bit. His next opponent is somebody who's been sitting out for I don't know how long. Fought another guy who was sitting out for several months. Nobody gave a fuck about that fight. And it was for the IBF and the WBA super title, a title that Yoda Murata picked up when Canelo Alvarez vacated, dog. Don't this shit frustrate the fuck out of you? Like Canelo is the cash cow, he was previously the pound for pound best and everything. And people can never sit up here and listen to you try to reduce his glory. But now he got his ass beat by Dimitri Bivol. And boxers get beat up, okay? That's what they sometimes they get beat up. But Canelo Alvarez, though, it had been so long since he stepped in there with Floyd Mayweather, and to get his ass beat like that, that now we are totally understanding that Bivol is legitimate. He's certified at 175. He is a certified champ. Not only that, I think Bivol had already defended his title multiple times before stepping in there with Canelo Alvarez. So he was certified. What makes him even more certified is the fact that he said, Canelo is a 168 pounder. I was supposed to do what I did. What are you saying? I knew I can defeat him. You all was saying that you was unsure I could defeat him. I always knew I could. Come on, the guy's a 168 pounder, dog. That's what Bivol attitude was. I know how good I was. So now he got his ass beat. Now he returns back to his domain, so to speak, where he's undisputed, reigning, defending. And it's only one name that come to any type of revelation. It should be David Benavidez. But yet, Canelo wants to fight Gennady Golovkin. And then I'm hearing that he may choose to fight Dimitri Bivol after that. You're on the Duckmasters coalition there, Canelo, because you're saying that you're going to get Gennady and then you're going to go back to Bivol. Why won't you fight the WBC champ in a division that you're unified in? You're unified in that division, big dog. Fight Benavidez, man. Fight Benavidez. That's all I got to say on Canelo. Y'all already know what it is. The next person I want to put on the Duckmasters coalition, and it's also going to, have some people scratching their nose, pulling their hair. I'm saying they're going to start to, take their nails and dig in their ear and do some weird shit. But the next fighter, I swear to God, man, Errol Spence, man. Errol Spence, dog. Look, Errol Spence, up to this point, he hasn't stepped in the ring with Terrence Crawford yet. All this point in time, we thinking Terrence Crawford coming off stopping Sean Porter. It's a no-brainer, right? It's a no-brainer on what's next. The no-brainer is the fact that Errol Spence has a fight coming up with Yordenis Ugas, and that's the way it's going to be. All right? In between that window, we understand all the conversation should be about. Negotiation. Errol Spence beat Yordenis Ugas, we get Crawford. That's all we want. That's all the public want. That's all everybody want. But come to find out, Errol Spence was in the conversation for $100 million two-fight deal. The mere fact that he was a part of what Tom Brown explained places him in the Duckmasters coalition, because you cannot explain to me or anybody else that he didn't know about that conversation. He wasn't shocked to see that information. It wasn't like he was like, oh man, hey, Tom, you heard what Tom Brown said? No, what'd he say? He said, Canelo turned down a two-fight deal with Marcelo and you. What? That's the first time I'm hearing about that shit. No, that wasn't a conversation, and that wasn't a reaction. Let me get to these super chats. My apologies, y'all. Hold on for a second. Let me see. The Mexican Monster got his heart. No. Lemieux is no bum. He just passed his prime and definitely ain't shit at super middleweight. Lemieux got his ass kicked, but damn, he was froggy. Hey, you got to be froggy, right? People like to see froggy. What do they compare to being froggy? Heart, right? So we got to credit David Lemieux is having some heart. Everyone ain't kissing his ass like Canelo. I'm sure Maul would fight Triple G if he could get him in the ring. Can't pull it off though. I'm sure Maul will fight Triple G if he can get him in the ring. Well, if he would have somebody on his resume that excites Triple G, because Triple G, he's been in there with some names now. He's been there with some names. So when it comes to Marcelo, those names doesn't add up. But sometimes, like Antonio said, sometimes you have to fight for legacy. And I don't think Triple G sees Marcelo as a legacy fighter just because of his resume. He don't feel he has any big names on his resume to sell tickets or whatever. And I'm curious to know if Triple G truly believes Marcelo is a threat. You know what I'm saying? Because Triple G has proven that he has a chin strap. Okay, he's proven that. But does he see Marcelo as an absolute threat, though? Right side on deck. What's good? Finally, Canelo been dipping his beak in the duck pond. 154, 160. Yeah. See, I didn't want to go all the way back to how he did it. I just wanted to talk about something that was new and current. And the fact that he became the first franchise champion. And that was a little duck sauce in that motherfucker. It was a little duck sauce in there. But it wasn't nothing signed, but it was inevitable. It was imminent that would have happened. So he became franchise and he went on and did his thing. Now we have him in a stationary position where he is the reigning defending undisputed titleist. So why haven't you accepted the call out of David Lemieux getting destroyed by your nemesis, David Benavidez? Destroyed him. So you should have all your focus on that monster, dog. Because you Canelo Alvarez. David goes to the body. Canelo goes to the body. Canelo has power. David has power. Both of them are flat-footed fighters. You know what I'm saying? In the same division. Let's see the fight. The only thing that separates them is age. I'm not a big Canelo supporter, but I don't think he's ducking Benavidez. Shit, I got Canelo stopping him at 168. Hell to the no, Mitch. Hell to the no. Hell no. To the no. Hell no. See, I can't even, I'm not even going to bet you no more, Mitch, because shit, I already owe you money. And that shit just floating up there in the motherfucking YouTube cloud and shit. There's no fight I want to see less in all my time on earth than Canelo Triple G3. Man, say one more again. Say one more again, shout it. For real. I be who I be. What's good with it, dog? What's good? Y'all hold on for a second. What do I know? That shit probably gonna do stupid numbers. I gotta get back to Errol Spence now. Errol Spence deserves to be on the Duckmasters Coalition because the severity of his name being associated in that deal is big. Now, a lot of people have gotten their feelings about what I've said about Spence or whatever. And like I say all the time, I just want to take this time to apologize for absolutely nothing. You know what I'm saying? I look at it this way. When it comes to Errol Spence, when it comes to Terrence Crawford, people are going to say what they say about both fighters, and it's going to be like or unlike. It's going to be good, it's going to be bad. But we all know how much energy and labor that we done put in talking about these two fighters. So therefore, if your name pop up after Terrence Crawford just dispersed with Sean Porter, and you got your fight with Dennis Ugas, in between time, we can predetermine to speak on a fight that's been in the narratives of the YouTube universe forever and a day. We shouldn't be talking about anything else. Nobody else get no play in GA. Nobody else gets no play in this two-way. This 147-pound two-way. Terrence Crawford, Errol Spence. Nobody else. So the mere fact that Canelo's name was attached to Errol Spence, he's on the Duckmasters Coalition, bro. No ifs, ands, or buts about it, dude. You are numero. You're on there. You are a member. Because ain't no way in hell you're going to convince anybody. Because there was some people out there saying, well, we can't. Yeah, we can blame Spence. Because Spence is currently campaigning at 47. He's not even trying to do what Mikey Garcia was trying to do. Mikey Garcia came on 2-weight divisions. Errol was trying to go damn near 3 divisions up. 3 divisions up. See, Mikey went up and fought a champion at 147. He fought an IBF champion. That's what Mikey Garcia did. He fought an IBF champion. He didn't fight a multi-division champion. He didn't fight a multi-time champion. He fought an IBF champion, y'all. Errol Spence is attempting, or did attempt, because he's totally not speaking on it like that anymore. But his name was in the equation to speak on a guy who's a 4-weight champion, who's campaigned at 175, and Errol Spence wants to take it upon himself to be included in the conversation, and the highest division consistently that he's been a part of is 147. Y'all, and he don't deserve to be on the Duckmasters Coalition for the fact that Tom Brown brought that mentioned that statement to the public. You don't feel he should be on the Duckmasters Coalition, bro? Absolutely, he does. Absolutely, because you just can't brush this shit over. Like, just take a gander, right, on how many times that you've seen live panels and you've seen live streams, and we've heard debates after debates after debates after debates. We've seen thumbnail after thumbnail after thumbnail. That's free labor that these boxers are getting from the YouTube universe. Free labor. We had individuals that we never met in life that have basically increased their blood pressure, getting mad, taking sides. You had the Spencerholics, and then they call the Bud sexuals and all this other shit. You know what I'm saying? All this riff and contentiousness and animosity over two fighters we want to see fight. So the only way to make it important on the YouTube community is they do what? They'll bring up the same old stuff over and over again. So when you bring up the old stuff, all it does is bring negative energy to light. That's how much individuals was talking about these two stepping in the ring. So you can't have no indication that something else is going on behind the scene, and that's exactly what we got. We found out that his name was attached to Canelo Alvarez, bro. And like I said before in my other live, if Canelo Alvarez would have chose to fight Marcelo and then Errol Spence would have been stepping in there in the most detrimental, dangerous fight of his boxing career. He would have got canceled, and then the fight between him and Terrence Crawford never would have took place at 47. You know why? Because it's nothing like seeing two undefeated fighters step in there in the same division to make this shit pop. Especially individuals who we've been talking about for months upon months, something months, with O's on their record. Canelo haven't had an O on his record for a long time. But I can tell you two fighters in the same division on the pound for pound list that do. So yes, indeed, Spence on the Duckmasters coalition. Absolutely, he is. And that ain't no hot tea. That ain't no hot tea. I'm not sipping on no hot tea for real. That's what it is. That's what it is, man. Say what you want. You can sit up here and convince yourself it don't make sense. It makes sense. It makes a lot of sense. I'd rather see Benavidez versus Canelo over Canelo versus Triple G, but I wouldn't qualify Canelo as a duck and Benavidez. Absolutely, he is, man. He's not even identifying that man's presence. He's saying pretty much you're not recognized. How did I know that was coming? I have no idea what you're talking about. You talking about Errol Spence? Hey, did I say something that wasn't correct? With that right side, let me know what I said about Spence that wasn't correct. Pretty much what I gave my premise for him being on the Duckmasters Coalition was strictly what's public record. And to me, that's not even an argument, bro. I think Canelo already been offered north of 40 mil for the Triple G fight. So that might weigh on his decision making. Well, wasn't he north of Mar Charlo at 45? Wasn't he north of 40 million, sitting at a cool 55 for Errol Spence, a welterweight? He was north of all that shit. He was north of all of it. Why wouldn't one of the two fighters in that PBC deal be enticing just as much as Triple G? Because he already beat Triple G there, Andrew. You know what I'm saying? He already beat him. He already beat him, dog. And this wasn't like Deontay Wilder. We was able to see them pretty damn near, you know what I'm saying, in them time slots. They weren't too far apart. People, relevant wise. People was talking about it. They had to draw people talking. Just like they was doing about Triple G and Canelo. Who really won? I thought Fury won. I thought Wilder won. I thought Wilder won. I thought Fury won. You know what I'm saying? That's what people were saying. Who you think won? Oh, I thought Triple G won. Canelo, Triple G. So then they go back in the rematch. Boom. Canelo wins. And then it just goes away. It fizzles. David and the Zerg don't belong together though. Yeah. Look, y'all can say what you want about the Yayo. You can say what you want about him testing dirty. But boxing is a dirty sport. Why are people attempting to just avoid the fact that boxing is a dirty sport? Boxing is a dirty sport. David said during the pandemic, he did some things he shouldn't have did. So he experimented with that yayo. Why are y'all acting like this sport is about morals and principles? It's not. It's not about morals and principles, y'all. So we need to get off the fact that David popped, he's done. You know what I'm saying? He got suspended. And then he lost his belt on the scales. Now he's been winning, and he just finished your favorite fighter there, Mitch, David Lemieux. So I know it's gonna take some time for you to get over that shit, but take the poster down and goddamn find another favorite fighter, dog. Right side, come on, WCS. Come on with what? White side. Come on with what, bro? Be specific. Come on with what? He ain't kicking. He ain't kicked in shit. Y'all bring y'all little buddies over here and tell, go ahead, man, and be up there slapping them around behind the, and backstage be slapping around. Go, you good? Hey man, slap me again. Slap me again. Man, I gotta go in there hot. I gotta go in there hot. Dump some water on my face. Come on, man, hurry up. Dump some water on my face. D-Ray Promotions on deck with it. What's good, D-Ray? Mitt say, but Murata was something for Triple G legacy. Because he had a belt? Because he had a belt and he'd been out the ring for like 2 years? Maul has a belt as well, and he's ranked higher than Murata. I guess Japan was a deal breaker. Listen, bro. Murata is not as popular name as Marcharlo, obviously, right? But when it comes down to how he got the belt, okay, we can give him a slide because we can go back to Marcharlo too. But the dude was out of the ring for quite some time, and he ain't really fought anybody worth significance. You know what I'm saying? And then Triple G, he has some questionable wins that, in fact, he shouldn't even be an IBF title holder right now. But they gave him the belt. And then, like I said before, nobody wasn't looking for that Triple G Murata fight. He got the stoppage. Man, please. It was just like Callum Smith and Canelo, bro. Okay, cool. He dug Bud. Andrew said he dug Bud with a bogus office while trying to get Canelo to look at him. It's on camera. That's true. It's just been listening to you cook. Hey, what's going on, Sir Senior? Did I even see you in the beginning, man? Shout out to Sir Senior in the building, man. What's good with it? D-Ray said cooking casual temporary boxing fans and always respectfully. Salute to you, my brother. Appreciate you always pulling up. Come back, use the one over here defending and vouching for Lemieux, not me. Listen, I try to be a part of the media disbursement of neutrality, right? I try to dichotomize as much as I possibly can and be straight down the middle. Lemieux was a former world champion. He only had 4 losses, bro. So when he was stepping there with Benavidez at 68, you was the one that kept acting like he was on a 5-fight losing streak. You know what I'm saying? You was acting like David Lemieux was on a 5-fight losing streak, dog. And I was just giving credit so the fight wouldn't seem like it's purposeless. You know, I was just trying to build it up, put a little air in it, a little helium, and bloviate it a little bit so it can make sense that, it might be a competitive matchup. Lemieux wasn't my boy. I never rocked with Lemieux like that. You know what I'm saying? I never rocked with Lemieux like that, man. Did Triple G leave him on his back when he stopped him, or was he on his feet? So if fighters are being stopped on their feet and they're not knocked out, cold, you can't sit up here and call them straight up bums or soft touches when they was fighting to the end and the referee stopped the fight in the TKO. So, we was going to give Lemieux the benefit of the doubt. Another strange detail that's coming out in the YouTube universe is the fact that people up here saying that Lemieux looked like he's 600 some years old. Lemieux is 33 years old. Why are y'all sitting up here treating him like he Luis Ortiz? Why y'all doing that to Lemieux? Then what type of stigma that's become contagious that y'all are sitting up here saying he looks old as hell? How and where did you see that at? What are y'all doing? Are y'all gauging this shit off an old prescription of glasses or focals that y'all wear? Like, are y'all at happy hour at goddamn Applebee's or something? Like, where are y'all looking at this shit and trying to determine that he looks like Gennady? If you want to talk about somebody who looks 743 years old, that would be Gennady. That would be Gennady. Now Ben has become a troll. Disappointing. Disappointing, bro. Disappointing. Now you over in my chat trying to make it about you. It ain't gonna be about you, bro. You see that crazy Argentinian. See, the one thing about leaders and followers is that some of y'all are trying to be like other entities, and you want to feel that you can get your respect on this YouTube stuff by acting like somebody else rather than yourself. So you wanna start calling names and calling the man, this, that, and the other. And you feel you empowered, especially when you're in the company of those who let it go on. But that didn't do anything for me. Look where you at. You here like a good little boy, Ben, up here frolicking in my chat, trying to be a troll using emojis. But like I said before, for everybody on my block right now, the most efficient person in boxing knowledge in this live chat as we speak is Ben. The most improficient, the most deficient. The only thing he can talk about is Crawford and Bomac. Everything else, he don't know shit about boxing. So I look, I wanna challenge some of the people in the live chat. Whenever you get time and you really have time to burn, like I'm talking about really bored. If you're really bored, spend Ben up on some knowledge. Spin him up on some knowledge. That's all I'm saying. Velocity cuts on deck. What's good? Canelo versus John Ryder. Triple G versus Charlo. Benavidez versus Plant. Man, them some good matchups. Except Canelo versus John Ryder. Why Velocity? Man, you of all people, you better than this Velocity. God damn it. Ben, don't let him rub off on your Velocity. Velocity, you better than this now. How do you think that fight's gonna go with Canelo and John Ryder? Man, come on. You know that. Now, Triple G versus Charlo, hell yeah. Benavidez versus Plant, absolutely. We'll see it. You see that crazy Argentinian that got whooped by Ford? That was another fighter with the wild style. Your comeback. Is the news true about Batman? The Russell been through a lot. They have, man. Absolutely. I'm kind of lost of words for somebody to go through two deaths of two individuals, especially their father. And especially Batman. You know what I'm saying? You ain't in my head, bro. Stop. You look. You better be very appreciative that I even mention your name, bro. You better be appreciative I even mention your name. Right side, what up? Player, what up? I just don't agree with everyone yelling in their best Steve Farhood voice about Billy Vita's beat Lemieux at 68. Why not, man? Look, it's certain things we can ignore from Steve Farhood. Okay, we can ignore 50 to 60% of his unofficial scorecards. All right, and then we can ignore when the fight is actually taking place, and he's kind of boosting up certain fighters that's not really doing what he's saying they're doing. You know what I'm saying? He has his bias at points. You know what I'm saying? But man, Lemieux wasn't no bum, man. He still isn't a bum. For real. Canelo only wants smoke with certain fighters. Talk your shit. That's what I'm saying. Canelo has come to a point where, people was saying he was cherry picking for quite some time. But yet, in the process of cherry picking, Canelo was doing what? He was picking up straps. So, it was looking good as far as how he was going about it. You know what I'm saying? He was actually picking up valuable hardware while he was making those cherry picks. He was defeating champions, y'all. That's what the benefit of Canelo Alvarez was given to the boxing community. So he was getting away with that for a while, but then, people really start to become analytical minds and say, you know what? Rocky Fielding, WBA regular title. He stopped him in the third with a body shot. He's nothing special. And then they said, "Oh shit, y'all, Canelo's thinking about moving up to 175." But look who he's moving up to 175 to fight. Yeehaw! Grandpa. Sergey Kovalev, former world champion, multi-time world champion. Giddy up. And, he went up there and stopped Kovalev in the 11th round when all of a sudden, he got ramen noodle-itis and his legs became noodles and he got knocked out. Man, come on. People's like, okay, you pick Rocky Fielding, inexperienced, and then you pick an old grandfathered Sergey Kovalev. All right? That's why people start getting on Canelo's neck. So while on his neck, he comes back down and he makes the decision to start unifying the 68 pound. Okay, cool. But now he's about to fight another grandpa. He's about to fight another grandpa in Gennady Golovkin. But once again, these grandpas have what? The hardware to make Canelo look good. Now, of course, Gennady is really getting over on this because he's about to do the same thing that Canelo just did with Bivol. He's about to be able to fight Canelo at 68, and his title's now on the line. Because we all know, the old school is cut different. The old school cloth is quite different than the new school. Everybody can't do what Sugar Ray did with Donnie Lamont. You know what I'm saying? Everybody can't do that, put their titles on the line. So we know Gennady's not going to put his titles on the line along with Canelo putting his titles on the line. It's not going to happen because Canelo wants something to fall back on. Social Security is very, very close, goddammit. Time he get out the ring with goddamn Canelo, he's going right to the Social Security office and sign that motherfucking shit, put his application in. Okay, we'll get right back to you, Mr. Golovkin. Thank you. We've been waiting on you. Hey, good job. 2 thumbs up, buddy. We see you in there, and it's about time. Tie the knot, hang him up, okay? All right, good. The dog, the real versus Canelo, anyone? See, right now, you already know the rumor is that he's supposed to somehow, some way fight Caleb Plant. And that brings me to this point. Caleb Plant is on the Duckmasters Coalition. The reason why Caleb Plant is on the Duckmasters Coalition is a little bit personal for me because he told me personally that he's the easiest fight in the 168-pound division. Caleb, you told me that. Since you told me that, I have to put you on the Duckmasters Coalition. So make sure you pick up your goddamn your gear and everything. And I made you a nice bunk. Go in there and get situated. You have not came close to making a fight with David Benavidez. But since you had the IBF, you had to go see Canelo Alvarez, which he paid you well. But now, if you're fighting Anthony Durrell, why not David Benavidez? Why not wait and fight Benavidez since he's the easiest fight in 168? You told me that, bro. You told me that. So as a man, I'm holding you to your word. Check your mail. The certificate is going to be in Duckmasters Coalition. Yes, you have become a member, a platinum premium member there, Caleb Plant. You're on the Duckmasters Coalition, homeboy. You're on the Duckmasters Coalition, whether you want to hear it or not. You're on the Duckmasters Coalition. Real talk. Real talk. Point blank, period. Tony Boswell on deck with it. What's good with it, Tony? Much respect. I be who I be. Jason William on deck. What's good? Peace, WCS. Peace to you, my brother. Tony said, much respect at WCS in the chat. Stop in to show support. Hit the like button. Salute 100. Just got off work and driving. Appreciate you always pulling up there, Tony. Salute to you. What you giving me when EJ lose? Hopefully, Sir Senior, you're not investing quality air. You know what I'm saying? That's precious air that you're wasting trying to teach Ben in the live chat. Don't teach him over here. Don't teach him. It's gonna be all for naught there, Sir Senior. It's all for naught. Kovalev originally turned down the Canelo fight because he just went life and death, went Yardy. Look, what he originally did, Andrew, and what he decided to do, I believe that he understood who he was getting in there with. And we all know, Andrew, you smart. We all know that Anthony Yard was not ready. He wasn't ready. For you to get knocked out due to fatigue, this is the person who said, no, I don't need any sparring partners. Lions in the camp, no sparring partners. Shadow boxing, mitt drills, lions in the camp. And what happened? Jab in the chin. You know what I'm saying? Come on, bro. He was a hype, and he still haven't recovered from that fight. So for Canelo to actually have reserve to think that just because Yarde did with it, man, stop it. He wasn't ready for that fight. Absolutely not. It looked good when they was doing all access or whatever they was doing. It looked good. Triple G ain't got an ounce of hardware at 168. Sadly enough, Triple G may deserve to fight more than Benavidez. See, Mitch, you know, man, when I try to goddamn keep you in the class without sending you the in-house detention, you just keep on doing shit to goddamn get that damn slip to the office, dog. You know damn well. First of all, nobody's talking about him having any hardware outside of 160 because we know he has been a full-fledged member to sustain his residence at 160. Now, if they want to put the titles on the line, it'll make it a little bit more interesting. It will. Because then you got Canelo fighting for Triple G's WB and IBF. And of course, you have Triple G who can potentially become the undisputed title holder at 168. Could you imagine some shit popping off like that for Triple G? He won't stay up there. Okay, he'll vacate the titles, and then that'll open up everything for Benavidez. That's what I do, man. You know, just throw some scenarios out there, sprinkle the sauce, you know, the little sauce out there, and, you know, it is what it is. He would have, once again, taken the short route and picked up some belts at 168, and that wasn't in the plan. I love cooking Ben. That's not my best work. Kovalev ain't turned shit down. He was thirsty as fuck for that Canelo fight. Yeah, he got paid pretty good, man. Shout out to Kovalev, man. I saw him in NYC. Now he's at cruiserweight. Janabek was using the Sham God crossover on the man. I'm glad somebody bought. Oh man, god damn. This is the Duckmasters Coalition. This is not PEDs or us. You know what I'm saying? This is not PEDs or us live. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna have to hold off on Janabek because he was up there, man. No. When have you seen somebody do that? You're giving feints and the box is fucking falling all over the place. At least Chris Algieri was getting touched with a glove before he started to goddamn become Simone Biles. Plant will wash the rail up real easy. No, not at all. Hell no. Hell no, man. Man, why y'all sleeping on Anthony Durrell like that? Man, this is not a dude that can't box. This ain't Jose Uzkostagi. Caleb Chilling. He's a new tax bracket since he lost to Canelo. Absolutely. Man, for sure. He's in a new tax bracket. For sure. The dog got more dog in him than Plant. Put all these ducks in the hot grease. I know, man. But, you know, one thing about it, D-Ray, I have to go through extra motherfucking work for these ducks because you have to goddamn defeather them. You have to goddamn defeather, pluck the shit out their ass. You know what I'm saying? First, you gotta snap their motherfucking neck, and then you gotta pull all the feathers out, skin them and shit, and prep it real nice. You know what I'm saying? Duckmasters Coalition, they just walk up in that motherfucker with their certificate. It's easy. It's easy. But when you put them in hot grease, feathers don't go good with hot grease, bro. Feathers don't go that well with hot grease, man. But that duck when it's scant and you prepare it right, oh yeah, that shit tastes good. I'm just curious if it tastes better than shark though. You know what I'm saying? I'm just curious if it tastes better than shark. Because I haven't really prepped shark like that. But you know, the hot grease is already up there. You already heard my anthem, right? Y'all already heard my anthem. Y'all are it's hard out here for a fish. Game on with it. When you know we about to put you in that grit stove, on with it. It's hard out here for a fish. Game on with it. You know we about to put you in that grease stove, on with it. Honestly, Yardy was ready. His bum ass corner wasn't. Hey, Mitch, you can't say his bum ass corner wasn't, because all they wanted to do when the cameras was on him, lines in the camp, and up here bragging about him not having no sparring partners. Well, guess what? You don't have no sparring partners, you get stopped with a jab. They better not put Triple G belts on the line at 168. Why not? Why not? Why not, man? Let's do something different. Fight at the catch weight, goddammit. Fight at the catch weight. Something. Janabek with Charlo and McGill would be lit. I don't know. To be honest with you, because I think he was on something seriously. Dude had an inflammation of motherfucking acne all over the canvas from shoulder to shoulder. You know what I'm saying? And that to me tells that he was pretty much enjoying whatever that was going on in his body. That oil-based shit he was using, man, he knew he didn't have no drug test. For real. You look, it was dermatologists sitting ringside that was disgusted. Ugh. God damn. Hey, Dan, I'm thinking about changing jobs. God damn it. Look at his back. We're not doing enough out here in these streets. What do you want to do? Let's go to optometry. Janabek was styling on Dim Sun, though. Right, WCS, go grab some balut. What's that? That went over my head. Not sleeping on the rail, but he's old now. Plant whoops him, in my opinion. The rail went life and death with Karan Davis. The knock on some dude out with everybody in the gym saw coming. Well, boxing happens that way sometime. Karan Davis he hadn't been in the ring for a while, I believe. And no, he's a last minute replacement, right? Wasn't Karan Davis a last minute replacement? And he was giving a good account of himself for a minute. So don't shit on Karan Davis now. Karan Davis is not a punk in life, dog. He wasn't a punk in life. Bud gonna smash the Bash Brothers, send them back to their home. See, I'm trying my best, man. Y'all keep on bringing up the best pound for pound fighter, and it's the Duckmasters Coalition, bro. You know what I'm saying? The Duckmasters Coalition. You know what I'm saying? We understand that the pound for pound best been calling out two of the same fighters in the same camp under the same coach. But they don't want to recognize that shit because in 1 minute they talking about, pay attention, little boy, this, but he's calling out both. Most of them on pads. Well, you know, they say it's a drug test. They say it's clean boxing. They say all this other shit. Goddamn, I guess you got to be on at least about 8.5 to 9 different, like Jarrell Miller, in order for that shit to pop dirty. For them to say, you know what? Hey, we just can't let this slide, buddy. We got to take it up to the higher ups and let them deal with it. All right, we can get away with three different pads. You, hell no, buddy. Look at your back. Why would you do that, man? You know you can't fight with a t-shirt on. Come on, guy. Salute baby duck still in the eggs. Yeah. You're right. Right side. You're right. You're right. And you know what? I only fuck with that shit once or twice and I was intoxicated. And I thank God that night I was impaired a bit because it's a lot of shit that I ate overseas, but that's some nasty shit to look at, dog. But appreciate bringing that nugget up here, bro. Thanks for dropping that gem, man. For real, it's been a minute too, a real minute. Appreciate that gem though. But man, that's a good deal right there. Those are the only fighters that I can really put on the Duckmasters coalition at this point in time. To include Errol Spence, you know what I'm saying, Caleb Plant, Canelo Alvarez, you know what I'm saying, Isak Cruz, Ryan Garcia. You know what I'm saying? I had to put those guys on the Duckmasters coalition for the criteria for which I presented to you. It's legit. They're on the Duckmasters coalition for a reason. We can't put Devin Haney on the Duckmasters coalition because he's about to go over there and fight two of the toughest fights of his boxing career in somebody else's backyard. He's nowhere close, man. And then I look down in the lighter divisions. You know, I can't go to bantamweight and really do some shit. I really can't fuck with super featherweight. Goddamn cool boy. He has that shit on lock right now. He's waiting to see can he unify. You can't put it on Shakur Stevenson. You know what I'm saying? Even though, like, hey, I must drop this news. Hector Garcia, the one that beat the motherfucking Tetris out of damn Chris Colbert, he told Shakur Stevenson he can come get the smoke. He said, Shakur Stevenson, come get the smoke. Real talk. I like that fight. That'd be a nice little belt for him to go pick up, go over there and fight Hector Garcia whenever, he finished with Roger Gutierrez. You know what I'm saying? Whatever they're going to do with that. It'd be good to see Shakur Stevens be able to get a little bit closer. But he did put out a tweet. And, he seemed a little bit apprehensive about him still trying to, press the gas and move forward on his unification to become undisputed at 130. So we'll see how that shit play out. We can't say anybody at the 140 is ducking. We can't put them on the Duckmasters coalition because Regis, somebody who lost his title to the former undisputed fighter, Josh Taylor, he really ain't called out Josh Taylor. You know what I'm saying? For whatever reason. So when Jack Callarell gave Josh Taylor a very good, competitive fight, all of a sudden the titles start to fragment. And now we have, somebody else in line to fight for the WBA. And we have Jose Cepeda stepping there with Josh Taylor, who lied. But even though he lied, I can't say he's ducking the 147-pound division. That'd be senseless, man. He was a former undisputed. Duckmasters coalition consists of humans ducking humans. You know what I'm saying? That's all that is. That's all that is. Humans ducking humans. I can't even go up to the heavyweight division. You know what I'm saying? I can't put nobody in the heavyweight division that's ducking one another. Tyson Fury ain't ducking Anthony Joshua. He don't have anything to duck. Tyson Fury isn't ducking Alexander Usyk. Alexander Usyk isn't ducking Anthony Joshua. You know what I'm saying? And then the news that Deontay Wilder should be back sometime soon, potentially. That's good news to hear. I told you he was coming back. I told you the Bronze Bomber is going to be back, bro. We just need to know how they're going to run it. They're going to give him an opponent, or they're going to run this tourney, or whatever the case. And also, make sure y'all show homage and show love to the Bronze Bomber, who's having his revealing his unveiling, rather, his unveiling of his statue in Tuscaloosa, Alabama. Pay close attention to that shit, man. Show the champ some love. Show them that genuine love, man. Support the black brother, not that Charlo love. Show that genuine love, man, from one brother to another. Hey, when I was young, there, Andrew, back then you can eat a lot of shit when you was in the foreign countries that if you didn't really pay attention to it sober, what I'm saying, you had to have some type of shit in your system for they say, hey, guess what? We're gonna go in here, we're gonna try some things. We did young kid do some crazy shit, dog. That's all I'm saying. Do some crazy shit over there. Some of that stuff, like I can tell you, I can be honest, like the shit I seen in Korea, the rumors I've heard and the jokes that people make. Well, guess what, people? We're talking about Asians and dogs, that shit is for real. All right. I probably goddamn have some shit in my system that's German Shepherd, motherfucking Labrador, Retriever, Yorkie, motherfucking Bulldog, goddamn a mini goddamn Fritzer. Man, they was cooking the shit out of them dogs over there, man. They was goddamn cooking them, getting that meat nice and soft, and they'll put that sauce in there. It's called chicken on the stick. Put them motherfuckers down in the cup, and put that sauce in there and serve it up to you. We coming out the club around 3:30, 4 o'clock. Man, we need something to eat. The only place that's really open is the vendors. You go over there, grab you a cup of chicken on a stick, and you become a motherfucking prime A member of Scooby Doo and the gang. You know what I'm saying? You're eating some dog. You start talking. Oh man, this shit is good. Damn, I ain't no Labrador Retriever. I wonder was a golden or a black one. You don't know what the fuck you eating. Great Dane? What? Oh no, no, no. You pay more. Great Dane, you pay more. Okay? Don't come here trying to get Yorkie Terrier price. You pay Great Dane price, okay? $2 Yorkie Terrier, $12 Great Dane. What you want? Man, y'all are out your mind, man. Any objection? Only objection is Cruz. He just got out the gutter and got a name. Okay. That's what I'm talking about, Andrew. That's what I'm talking about. Okay, check this out. All right. Salute to you, man, for dropping some good shit. So, Andrew recognized the fact that Esau Cruz just got out the gutter. I wouldn't call him in the gutter because when you come off a dominating performance against Diego Magdaleno like you did, I'm talking about blasting through Diego Magdaleno. I don't think that puts you like in the gutter because now you have recognition, right, of being this boxer who has a tenacious type of aggressiveness about him. So people start to lean in and pay attention to you. The fact that this dude had an early loss in his career way back in 2016. And we don't know how many damn win streak, how many fights he won straight. But he stopped Diego Magdaleno in the first round, dog. That right there tells me he wasn't in the gutter no more. He wasn't in the gutter, man. Like he stopped my guy Diego Magdaleno, bro. Like he stopped him with a brutish barrage, a motherfucking body attack. And then he went a decision, right? Two to three decisions in a row. Romero, Francisco Vargas, and he went up there and got stopped by Gervonta Davis in the 12th round. He ain't in the gutter no more, bro. He ain't in the gutter. When do we stop, putting him and, like we babysitting Esau Cruz when they say a star was born overnight? When somebody tag you as a star born, you take whatever comes with being a star now. So what did he decide to do? Let me go fight Jokic Gamboa. He stopped him. He stopped him in the 5th round. He stopped Gamboa in the 5th round. He dominated him. He knocked down Gamboa in the second, third. Let me see, the second, third, and fourth round. He ain't in the gutter no more, bro. But he's on the Duckmasters Coalition for ducking that Ryan Garcia smoke. He is on the Duckmasters Coalition for ducking Ryan Garcia. Okay, how do you know who's gonna win? So pretty much, what I'm assuming is Joe is saying that they want the winner of Romero Davis. So you all are assuming that you're gonna get a rematch with Gervonta Davis. So let's just say Wild Wild West that Romero wins. Are you still gonna take the fight? Because you know that's a real bad matchup for you. Rolly Romero is a real bad matchup for Isak Cruz. A really bad matchup. A really bad because you're undersized. You're undersized, and you're in there with the guy who really, he has a different type of strength at the end of the day. I mean, you don't have the strength to dang stop him. You know what I'm saying? Rolly is not Gamboa. So he's gonna bully you from the opening bell to the final bell. And I don't know if you have enough to keep Rolly off your ass or not. For sure. Bomb squad, man. That is. Big generation gap in the heavyweight division from the old guard and champions. Big generation gap in the heavyweight division from the old guard and champions and what are basically prospects. True words. True words, because we got Daniel Dubois is about to face Trevor Bryant, the WBA regular champion. You know what I'm saying? So he's about to face Trevor Bryant. So Daniel Dubois gets his wish in becoming heavyweight world champion. He gets his wish. Even after coming off, that loss from a one-arm jab that basically swelled his eye up. A couple fights later, he's about to fight for the title against Trevor Bryant. I'm not cool with the dog shit. Hey, man, I can tell you this right here. Sometimes you don't know what you're eating. You know how many naive U.S. service members and people, they go overseas and they have no idea. They just run up on vendors. Oh, man, what is this? What are we looking at? And they have drumsticks the size of your leg. $5 here, $10. Big drumstick, dinosaur leg. That's $30. $30. You got $30. I'll take $22. You got a motherfucking drumstick, and you know damn well it's no chickens that fucking big. When you go to Wingstop, most of them damn wings you can just hold in your hand and you can eat. This motherfucker, you gotta put your whole palm around that bitch and eat that with both hands. Put the left hand on that end and the right hand on this end. You eating that motherfucker. You know that's animal. You up there eating silverback and don't even know it, man. Tyrannosaurus Rex, extra money, extra money. Facts, Andrew Charles, people crazy. Cruz made $300K for the Tank fight, and that changes his life. Okay, so once again, when you finally cross that threshold and you really start making some nice pay, we can't say that he can't be on the Duckmasters Coalition because he's fought the fight in Gervonta. They said he was a star overnight. A star's been born. And then he go over there and stop Gamboa. Now let's not forget that Terrence Bud Crawford, best pound for pound, in boxing, he was the first to do it. But he's no longer in the ghetto. But why you're ducking Ryan Garcia? It can be many things. It can be that Ryan Garcia ducked various fighters in the lightweight division, like 4, 3, 4, whatever. And he was capping. So he has to get some type of damn repercussions for doing the same thing Ryan Garcia was doing. Like don't get scared now. Like you just coming to light and you come off a Gamboa fight. Go take that Ryan Garcia fight. He ain't proven. And what better time to do it? You saw him get dropped by Luke Campbell. So Esau Cruz, you should have confidence that you can go over there and put this man on his back. Luke Campbell put this man on his right shoulder. You can do the same thing, man. That motherfucking pressure that you got. Ryan Garcia is the perfect boxer to practice that shit on. You know why? Because Ryan Garcia, he cannot fight on the inside like that. He's not an inside fighter. But you're gonna have to be very careful with your, from your lead left, from that lead left hook. You have to be very careful about that shit. Esau Cruz pull a Ryan on Ryan for sure, man. How you duck the pound for pound ducker? See, you making too much sense right now, dog. Matter of fact, man, goddamn, take an early lunch there, Andrew. Take an early lunch, man. Goddamn. I got some Groupons at the desk for you. Take the Groupons, man. Go get you something to eat, dog. Go to a fine restaurant, man. Get you something to eat, man. Order some wine and shit. You the star student tonight, the star pupil. Ryan, the reason the Cruz fight ain't happening. Why you say Ryan, the reason the Cruz fight ain't happening? Cruz them mentioned that they wanted to wait and get the winner of Rolly Davis. Cruz will whoop Rolly. Nah. I don't think so. Damn ostrich eggs, man. God damn. Y'all bringing up some shit, boy, that they had over there. Ooh, Look, we're not even talking about the fish, the stuff that come out the water. We're not talking about live calamari when the motherfuckers are moving. The motherfuckers are moving. And you hear people with chopsticks. Everybody fair game for the Duckmasters Coalition. Absolutely. That's all I'm saying. The people you didn't think was going to be on there, they are on there for the reasons which I explained. You know, that's all. Don't take it personal. Cruz is not ducking Queen Sombrero. Yes, man. He ducked them, bro. He ducked them, man. He ducked them, bro. He ducked them. Just admit the fact he ducked them. He ducked them, man. Real talk. He ducked them. He ducked him. Seriously. Real talk. He ducked him, man. But I think that's a credible list. I think the people that's on it deserve to be on it. I don't know when they're going to get their release papers, but I can tell you they're deserving to be on the list. Caleb Plant, he keeps refusing to acknowledge David Benavidez. He's going to stay on the list, man. We keep on hearing in the media about Spence Crawford and people putting out all these damn false revelations. We need to see something that's announced formally, officially by one of these dang promotions, and then we'll see what's popping. We all want to know where the fight's going to be. The one good thing about it, bring a smile on my face. It's not going to be in Texas, baby. It's not going to be in Texas. That's one thing I know for sure when it comes to Terrence Crawford. That fight is not going to be in Texas, baby. It's not. That fight is not going to be in Texas. We're going to probably be looking at that fight somewhere in Vegas, man. Somewhere in Vegas. Neutral grounds, man, for this ass whooping. Neutral grounds for this ass whooping. See, I can't eat no live shit, man. When I saw that live shit moving around and saw them all just eating that shit like it was motherfucking gummy bears with a heart, I say that shit look chewy. It looks nasty as shit, but I'll tear some shit up that's been in the grease. That hot grease, it changes things now. When you want to throw that shit in batter and throw it in the hot grease, we good. But when I see that shit rolling around, crawling around on the motherfucking plate, and people dipping it in sauce, they're dipping it in this special sauce and putting it in their mouth. Something's wrong, man. Something's absolutely wrong with that shit. Maybe a salmon. I could probably eat a raw salmon. Those fish are good. Man, that's sushi at the end of the day. You know what I'm saying? That's a part of sushi right there. A lot of raw fish. I thought that white boy from Tennessee was about it. Man, look at Velocity, man. Man, Caleb cool, dog. Man, you trying to treat him like Eminem and shit. Like he on 8 Mile. Plant acts sus when it comes to Benavidez. He does, man. But he has to be on the coalition because he pretty much told me to my face, man, that Benavidez was the easiest fight at 68. He is the easiest fight at 68. He don't like the guy at all. He's the easiest fight. That's what you told me when people try to act like being up here remotely is the same as being in person. No, you get some shit like that in person, you have a different type of understanding about a certain fight, especially if you talk to him. So you're doing something like the Duckmasters Coalition. I can take that criteria and I can base it off why he's on there. Because back in several months ago, you told me that he was the easiest fight. Not only that, you told me in two different locations. You told me when you was chilling in Vegas, you didn't have a fight that week. You told me. And then I spoke to you in Nashville. That's all I'm saying, man. If Benavidez the easiest fight, then show us Plant. If Benavidez the easiest fight, then show us Plant. Yeah, that's all I'm saying. Like we all know that Plant is not going to send a contract over there for Benavidez to jump back in the ring in August. You know what I'm saying? Benavidez ain't gonna take the fight. It ain't hot. I mean, you can already tell when he cut weight, he looks unhappy. And he just can't wait to get on those motherfucking scales so he can rehydrate. He doesn't look happy cutting weight. So for him to be able to, elevate, put that weight back on, relax a little bit, is no way that he's gonna take anything in August. September, possibly. June, July, August, September, 4 months, possibly. I don't know. But I know David said to himself, for himself, that he had cut weight. He really had to cut weight in fight camp. So when you having a fight camp and you have to cut weight too, like focus on getting your weight down, that shit is tiresome, man. That's stressful as fuck. I think he said he was 185. I could have sworn he said he was 185. And even him being 185, and many of y'all might think, oh, that's not that far off 175. That's not that far off 168. Yeah, it is. Oh, shit. Yeah, it is. It's a lot. When it comes to David, we even saw some abs in that fight, with David. Like his body composition, his physique ain't like that. But we actually saw some abdominal muscles, man. Plant versus Benavidez is the easiest fight to make. If Plant wants it, I don't think Plant wants to fight, man. The way Benavidez looked against Lemieux, just imagine him getting in there with Plant, and he didn't even have no personal disdain for Lemieux. He hit that man with like 7 uppercuts, dog. Imagine what he's gonna do to Caleb. The first 4 to 5 rounds, Caleb gonna be on his bicycle, and the pedal's gonna be sticking. He's gonna be swerving in and out of traffic and shit. But that pressure by Benavidez is gonna come to a halt. Because he was able to get away with that shit with Canelo for a little bit until Canelo started shutting him down. And that's when he said, hey, hey, dude, hey. Let's first talk this out. First of all, I want to apologize, for getting in your face and everything like that, okay? All right. We all know where this fight is going, okay? I just want you to take it easy. Don't make it too brutal. I got, newly married. Okay, cool. But how do you like my skills, buddy? I'm pretty good, huh? And then, Canelo say, see, pop, 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 pop. Man, come on, get up out of here with that. You having a conversation with a guy who pushed you, you slapped him, and then he took. No, no, hell no, man. No, no, no. That showed a bit of softness to me. I'm not gonna lie. That showed a bit of softness. Even though Caleb ain't a soft dude, but I'm just saying, in there with Canelo, you showed a bit of softness. I think one of Spence' main advantages is that he's not cutting weight. He's staying at weight. And that's commitment. That ain't easy. To everyone listening, hear my response to Andrew, okay? Hear my response. You talking about somebody who's cut weight before. I cut weight. Look, I cut weight from 240 all the way down to 186. All right. And that was over a period of time. In that process, it went from bodybuilding to men's physique. All right. Of course, bodybuilding, you want to bulk up. So I was carrying bulk. Let me tell you something about Errol Spence sustaining that weight the way he did. When you're on fitness and you're competing, you're eating 5 to 6 meals a day. Though those meals are measured, you're still eating 5 to 6 meals a day. It's according to where you at in your training regimen. We all know that Errol Spence had a team, a nutrition team. So they was feeding him real good, but they're only feeding him certain quantities of food. So what happens to your body when you eat these small quantities of meals, which is, they have their calculate. Look, they calculate the protein intake that you get from each of these meals. So you eating them, and look, not to forget that Errol Spence is absolutely training in between eating. So he's eating these meals, and then they probably giving him some other shit in between, like fruit, some to keep him hydrated, some to moderate his sugar levels, and all this other shit. It's uncomfortable because the more your body stay at a weight that's not natural for it on a daily, consistent basis, it starts to yearn for things. And we all know what is the strongest part of your body becomes the weakest, and that is your mind. Errol Spence said it himself. He said he likes to have a sweet here and there. So when your body starts to cut weight and you have your unbalanced levels, when you get to your downtime, let's just say you leave the gym. A lot of us know you leave the gym, you had a hard workout. What do a lot of people do? They go right and get something to eat. Chipotle. They go to Smoothie King. They go somewhere because their body is yearning. Or they have discipline and they pull that motherfucking protein shake out their bag or in their car, according if it's summer or winter. And you drink that protein shake, you take your ass to the house, you hungry as fuck, you wait, and then you eat a meal. It's tough for Errol Spence to maintain that weight the way he did. I'm pretty sure, they paying them well, and those dudes are high level nutritionists. But for your body to maintain that lower body fat for that period of time is extremely tough, man. And then not only that, you have to stay on weight. You have to keep getting weighed. If you eat a ding dong, right? Say they test weight, they're giving you test weights, and Errol goes in there and eat a ding dong and a half. When you having test weights every day, and they say, hey, somehow the progress isn't where it's supposed to be right here. You weigh this right here, and we should be down to here. We calculated your workout and where your body is burning calories right now, and the protein that we're giving you. You should be at this target weight right here at this time. If he's not there, they're gonna look at Errol and say, Errol, are you eating anything in between? He can say no all day long, but a really solid, experienced, professional nutritionist with I'm talking about having different clients who's went to school, who's very meticulous in putting these numbers together, they'll know if you're cheating. Because your body be craving that sugar, bro. Don't say I ain't tell you. Your body be craving that shit. It looks good, but when I was shredded, um, for competition before I walked on stage and shit, I used to go walk on the beach just to clear my mind. because I was strict to my diet. I was motherfucking strict. My back didn't look like Jenna backs. You know what I'm saying? You look at my picture, my back wasn't like that. I ain't have to do that. You know, genetics is everything and discipline is another. But for Errol Spence to be as shredded as he was and to maintain some type of personality, you have a lot of downtime. And your last meal, when you cutting weight, your last meal, usually, I'm gonna be honest, they tell you your last meal should be around 6:30 to 7 o'clock. Can you imagine, dog, your last meal being at 6:30 to 7 o'clock? Your last meal being at 6:30, 7 o'clock, and you up there watching TV, and you're trying to make a target weight, a target weight goal, and your last meal is at 7 o'clock, and you're not even sleepy. So now you got to go to sleep. You got to force yourself to go to sleep, and the only thing you can sip a certain amount of water. And then you at home, you go into your kitchen, you see all this shit. You got weigh-ins tomorrow, test weight, weigh-ins, and they check your weight in the morning. All right, we good. Let's go. And they keep on chomping and chomping and chomping down at Errol Spence to make sure he stay on target weight. That shit is tough, dog. That shit is motherfucking tough. And let me tell you another thing about, maintaining low body fat. Sometimes your body go into shock. Your body goes into shock. What I mean by that is you have a certain amount of water intake that you allowed every day. So the more and more you cut weight, the less water, right? So let's just say you down to a half a gallon, and then you down to quarter of that. You're sipping on that periodically throughout the day. That's the only water you're gonna have throughout the day. So you're taking sips. Not only are you taking sips, but you're working out too. So you're using other cheat codes to keep those glands salivated, to keep your mouth water so you won't get cotton mouth. I mean, I'm telling you, that shit is crazy. And then you cramps, you got to take consideration of cramps and stuff like that. You got to make sure that diet consists of fruits and everything to keep that insulin good and shit like that. Because once you get dried out to the point where you start cramping up, it's all bad. Because believe it or not, man, you can pull a muscle from a cramp. You can catch a cramp in your leg and you try to, straighten that shit out or do something. You can slightly pull a muscle fucking around like that, man. So I'm gonna say this to say that about Errol Spence. That, to me, I know that shit was tough for him. A big part of what I seen, man, I think that's the best we're gonna see at Errol Spence, performance wise. I think he's gonna give that same. I think Errol Spence is gonna give that same intensity to Terrence Crawford, but it's not gonna be anything more than that. I think he's gonna get the same intensity and the volume output and everything else against Terrence Crawford, but I don't think we're gonna see anything outside or above that level for which he gave you Dina Sugas. I'm just being honest. I still think it beats starving and dehydrating yourself to the point of passing out at the last minute. Some fighters, like the weight cut that you just seen Errol Spence go through, was what you call um how you put it. It was a pretty much a sustained process, not a sustained process. How they was able to go about it. Everybody played their role, even Spence. Spence, stuck to the game plan. He stuck to the diet. He stuck through not cheating as much as he was supposed to, what he wanted to, and he pretty much gave and put every effort possible. You know what I'm saying, to be on weight. Well, Jaime McGill and some other fighters, They may not have the money to pay for a nutritionist like Errol Spence, or they may not have the discipline. So they try to crash. They try to do a crash weight cut certain amount of weeks out before the weigh in. They'll dehydrate themselves, and they're fast, and they're breaking down muscle, and they're depleting themselves. They're taking their bodies through a shock. So when they get down to the last motherfucking 2 pounds, and they barely have any water in their system to deplete, that's when it gets dangerous. That's when you see like Hummy McGill falling out. You know what I'm saying? That's when you see fighters going temporarily blind. You know what I'm saying? You see fighters just going through these detrimental measures, and they feel like they about to die. That shit is tough, man. That shit is tough. And people have to understand, dudes and females who walk around here with a six pack, it's cool. You can walk around here with lower body fat percentage to have a six pack, but to be shredded like these fighters are on weigh in, nah, it's too tough, man. It's too tough, especially when you get older. It's too tough. The guys who I was beating in men's physique, right? I was competing. I was undefeated in the 40 and over. I was competing 40 and over. I was competing. I was undefeated. And I was getting second place in the motherfucking 20, the open class with the 20-year-olds and shit. I'm finding out these magazine models and shit, they're getting extra help for magazine shoots. You know what I'm saying? Sculpturing and shit from the doctors. I was tearing their ass up. You know what I'm saying? I was tying their ass out. I was just too old. I wasn't that magazine type shit. These was motherfucking pretty boys and had the beach bodies and shit, but they wasn't shredded. So they couldn't allow an older guy like me to win the open class because it'll look bad on their models. Some of the models that you see in the magazine today, if you have a fitness magazine, I tore their ass up in competition. When men's physique just started, they had to compete. I was competing against them. That's real talk. I was in the very first men's physique when it came out. The very first, when they started the division, the very first one to come out, I was competing. And I'm telling you, I learned so much shit that goes on in the fitness community and all that shit. I even, the picture that most of the people talk about, that was the Jay Cutler shit up in Vegas. I drove up to Vegas by myself from Cali up to Vegas and competed in the Jay Cutler Invitational, or whatever it was. And I'm gonna tell you strictly what happened. I came up, I was a visitor, I wasn't a Vegas resident, but I looked better than everybody on stage. And they pretty much showed favoritism doing the call outs. That's fact. You know what I'm saying? That's fact. Jay Cutler felt some type of way. What I said, it was true. He knew it was true. Come on, Jay. He knew it was true, man. He probably still remember that conversation to today. Man, he knew it was true. Everybody was saying, man, what is going on? It's no way that this went that. It was guys up here that looked like they didn't even cut down. They didn't dry out. They didn't do none of that shit. They was holding mad water. They wasn't working out hard. They didn't have a seat. I had dudes from Vegas apologizing. Dudes that knew me from previous competitions. They said, hey, Scotty, man, we'll apologize, man. It's the politics of the game, man. I said, no, we good. I just felt some type of way because I drove all the way through Death Valley up to Vegas to compete. And they out there trying to rob somebody. He said, man, we're sorry. I said, bro, chill. We good, dog. I just, man, my physique don't come nowhere. I said, we good. Man, we straight, dog. Anyway, enough of me. I think one of Spence's main advantages is that he's not cutting weight. He's staying on weight, and that commitment, that ain't easy. I still agree he's staying on weight. It is commitment. But to do it two times in a row is very, very tough. And in your 30s. It's very tough, man. I ain't gonna lie. It's very tough to do that shit. I'm not saying Spence ain't doing it. He ain't gonna be able to do it the second time. I think he is. You know what I'm saying? I think they got to dial in. I think they seen what it is, but see, Spence had ample amount of time to cut that weight. Ample amount of time. Whatever fight he has coming up next, he's gonna have ample amount of time. He's gonna have ample amount of time to do it, so he should be straight. It's not like Spence coming there missing weight. It's all about the process for which he chooses to lose the weight. Going to weigh in feeling normal has the beat feeling like you're about to die. I got mixed feelings about weight draining. You're absolutely right, man. You man, it's so much to go in to weight cutting. Just look at it this way. Like amateurs. Okay, you go to some amateur fights. Amateurs weigh in on fight day. Once again, I repeat, when they're fighting on Saturday, me and everybody else or whoever, we are eating that Friday. Them fighters are in the room suffering because they got to weigh in on fight day. Once they weigh in on the morning, which is around 7 o'clock, according to who it is, who's throwing the fight, 6:37. The amateurs come in and weigh in, and then they go eat. Now the wild part about it, they so freaking hungry that you still have to go in there and compete. So you can't go in there and splurge off anything, man. Your body is yearning and craving for shit. So you can't go in there and just say, man, give me 2 steaks, give me a goddamn plate of hash. You got to eat responsibly because you got to fight in several hours. Just like bodybuilding. Bodybuilding, you have to go in there and forget about weigh-in. You have to go up there and still compete and be as dry as possible. Not only that, the morning of when you compete in the first half of it, if you make when you make it to the finals, you still have to come in there dry. So you're eating, barely drinking any water. You're eating some sweet potatoes. You're eating barely any type of meat. Like you're on fish at this point in time. You eating some tilapia, some very light fish, and you eating barely any vegetables, dark green vegetables. That's it. So not only did you compete that morning, and you got to go up there and put a smile, and you got to goddamn blow it out and squeeze contract those muscles. You got to wait till the evening to come back for the finals. And you still have to be super dry. And you still have to maintain the spray tan that was put on your body. And you barely have to then put in the water in your system because you cannot go up here and lose weight with a spray tan on. You can't dry out. You got to continue to maintain that dry look until you step on stage that evening. Man, that shit is crucial, bro. That shit is crucial. I ain't gonna lie. That shit is crucial, y'all. So come back after competition. What would you eat? How did your body react to the meal? I always, after competition, I always, ate that salmon. Salmon is a bit thicker than tilapia. You know what I'm saying? Salmon or cod. You know what I'm saying? Or I would get that steak, of course, New York strip, or anything without that damn bone. Soft steak, sweet potatoes, of course. Pretty much as asparagus, but I have a dessert with it. Like you want to get your sugar levels back up, so you go out here and have a dessert. And you'll slowly watch that motherfucking, your body rehydrate and shit, and you start feeling a little bit better, feeling good. But I didn't overdo it because I still want to maintain 6-pack and shit like that. So I eat some salmon or cod, or every now and then a steak. And then you make sure you get the right size. Asparagus is the ultimate veggie, bro. It's expensive, but asparagus is the ultimate veggie. I ain't gonna lie. Broccoli comes in second when you competing and trying to lose weight. Broccoli. But no corn, no squash. Corn is very difficult to digest. It will leave you bloated. Squash holds too much water. Broccoli is that motherfucking vegetable that a lot of damn competitors eat because it's a dry veggie, pretty much. Asparagus. Spinach. Believe it or not, when people talk about spinach, right? People will say, "Oh man, you know, Popeye ate spinach and put it in there and cook it." The worst thing you do with spinach is cook it. When you cook spinach, it holds a lot of water. So pretty much with spinach, man, you want to eat that motherfucker out the bag. Oh my God, dog. You want to eat that shit out the bag. That's the only thing I can tell you. You could take 2 bags of spinach and dump them in the damn pan with some olive oil and cook that shit. And you will have like a bowl of spinach from 2 bags. You definitely want to reach in that motherfucker, dump that shit in a bowl and eat it. Put some damn light olive oil on it and eat that shit. You want all the protein to be there. So you pretty much understand that you eat shit for the protein. You don't eat it for taste. So that's what it is. And those of you that's up here talking about, oh man, I don't eat tilapia because it wasn't really, it was something that was created. Who gives a fuck whether damn tilapia was created? Tilapia is a light fish. That's the only fish I ate, man, heading into competition. Tilapia. I rock with asparagus. I tear up some broccoli. Yeah, man, asparagus is the best. Asparagus is the best. But light salt, olive oil, put it in the oven. Asparagus is the best. It's just motherfucking expensive as shit. Very, very expensive. I ain't gonna lie to you. But yeah, man, that's what it is, man. I want to give shout and prayers out to the Russell family, man. Man, that's a hard way to go, man. Shout out to the Batman, John Page, and your family, bro. John Page. I ain't gonna lie. I've been thinking about John Page for since I heard he passed away. I just the way he went out, him being shot the way he was. You always think about the way you saw somebody, and then if they life was taken, you always go back and say, "Damn, I remember having this conversation. I remember having that conversation." You know what I'm saying? I still remember him, when he was battling back and forth, with Bill Haney and everybody else about, his fam, his brother, G Russell. They weren't real brothers, but they was brothers enough. When it come to that, family shit, somebody long enough, you call them family, dog. Damn, dog. What are some good qualities of asparagus? Shit have your piss smelling. I don't know about that. I never ran in that. And it's not too many people in the fitness industry would tell you that they have your piss smelling. If you have a motherfucking UTI there, Mitch, you need to get that shit checked out, dog. If you got a UTI, when the last time you had a checkup, dog? You know what I'm saying? Strap up next time, man. Stop just going out there being reckless. You know what I'm saying? Stop being reckless, dog. Blame it on asparagus. Don't do that, dog. For real. Asparagus, man, that's one of the most healthiest damn vegetables, especially for men. Especially for men. Asparagus works well for us. That's real talk. Asparagus work well for us. Seriously. But man, y'all hold it down, y'all. Appreciate y'all kicking it. You know what I'm saying? And until next time, you know what it is. Y'all have a wonderful week. I'll be back on here, no doubt. But y'all be safe out there, man. Shout out to John Page and his family and the Russell family also. And man, y'all turn up and tune in to World Combat Sports. I'm out.